Next Generation. Did you happen to see this thing that I threw up? This was
I did. I was kind of surprised. Where did you find all these issues?
Well, they're mine. So I have all these. You know, I have all the Next Generation issues. And this is actually a redo of what I did. For folks who don't know, as SHIRO, we spent like our first we spent our first few years on Facebook, really pushing SHIRO in Facebook communities and stuff like that. And you know, we didn't have to pay for hosting, but it's like a terrible place to put all your stuff because it's Facebook. You know, at the end of the day, they own all your data. No offense, Facebook, but that is what it is. So I did this post a couple years ago on Facebook to share with everybody, and it got a good response, and people were really like, oh yeah, that's awesome. It's nice to see all these issues and be able to walk through Saturn's history. But I wanted to do it on now that we have our own site and we have our own show and we can talk about it. I want to do it again for a larger audience and have it be more like something that the mass, you know, the general public can enjoy. Though. Yeah, and I'm glad that it did. So what I did basically was for folks who don't know, Next Generation is an excellent magazine, I think, and it's my opinion. Not everybody likes it, but they're a magazine focused on reporting about the games industry, not necessarily one console or another, or, you know, they're not like your, you know, they're not a game fan magazine. They're not like, you know, for young, you know, kids in elementary school or young teens. They were like an adult gaming magazine that was mostly about the industry, and they would do developer interviews, and they would talk about like, you know, stocks and stuff like that. They'd talk about the bottom line in the industry, and that was one of the things I liked about them, because you could kind of see which way the wind was blowing in terms of, you know, who was doing well and who wasn't. And I'm reading the comments while I'm talking, but essentially I decided to take all these awesome magazines and just kind of pull out the Saturn bits to curate a history of Saturn. And you guys can download it. It's like 1.2 gigabytes if you're getting like the uncompressed images, like in a comic book reader. So is this
the full magazine or just the featurettes on Saturn?
This is every ad, interview, development toolkit ad. This is anything Saturn related. And if it's like a contest, if it's like one of those like, what console should you buy this Christmas season? And it's like, then I kind of added in some of the other stuff for context, you know. But for the most part, it's just like all Saturn related. Whether it be something about the Sega in the arcades, whether it be something about 32X, whether it be about, you know, letters from Sega of America or interview with Tom Kalinske. I'll show you guys real quick. So you got 32X and a brief little write-up with Tom Kalinske, data about 32X specs and stuff like that. CoinOp staying on the cutting edge, is talking about like the JAMA show. And Sega doing, you know, kicking ass in the arcades, and then Sega at CSG, setting the launch date, the Saturn Day launch date. It's talking about here. A little article about Genesis 32X, Saturn, just Virtua Fighter, Tama, Daytona USA. Moving right along, and I've got like every single issue here for you guys to peruse in chronological order. So as Next Generation reported on it, you guys can read it in chronological order and kind of follow the Saturn story from like their dominant, from like that huge rise and the surprise launch and everything, to like industry being kind of skeptical, to them kind of falling off, and then Dreamcast coming and replacing them. So talking about Neptune here.
That's really cool. And you scan these all yourself?
Yes, I scanned these all myself, and it was a very long, painstaking process. And
there's like a ton of issues here too. It's like,
oh
dang.
yeah, no kidding. Yeah, no kidding. I have all of I scanned the full magazines, but again, if I had shared all of that, it would have been even more gigabytes. And I highly recommend people go and check these magazines out. You can. They are available online. I'm not the only one who's shared Next Generation, but I wanted to do something with it and curate it in a way that folks can enjoy it and actually you know, like read through Saturn's story. So this is kind of a specific purpose for it. But yeah, I have all the Next Generation magazines. I have all the official Sega Saturn magazines. I've got game magazines is kind of a passion of mine. I probably collect more game magazines these days than I do games. But anyway, check it
I
out.
I really want to get the Dreamcast magazines. That's my goal.
I was too late for that. Like, they've already blown up in cost and everything like that, and I was too busy collecting the Saturn stuff. And then like I kind of looked at the Dreamcast.
Issue though.
You do?
With the stuff in it, yeah.
Nice.
I have it in the closet over there. I'd rip it out, but I'd have to move the green screen stuff. I don't really want to do that right now. So
yeah, I will say magazines are very heavy.
I'd probably get it while you like go through these real quick.
Yeah, you could. I wanted to show you real quick though. Speaking of Dreamcast, Pat, this right here was just issue 4, the Atari Jaguar issue, and like the first thing into the magazine, they're talking low cost 3D power from Videologic, the Power VR, which of course we would end up going into the Dreamcast, you know. But it's just crazy that all the way back here they were talking about it in like '95. But yeah, so there's a lot of like kind of like writing on the wall kind of articles in here, and like stuff that's fun to read now in hindsight because we all know like what happened. Here's the cross products SNASM Grand Chaser. There are some good reviews in here too.
Through all these, all I can anticipate is just Xbox coming in and throwing a right hook at everything.
Yeah, look at this. That didn't happen. U.S. Saturn to launch on September 2nd. Go get your Dreamcast magazine if you want. I'll keep showing folks some stuff. So Saturn to launch on September 2nd. Wouldn't that be nice? And then you got like the adverts and how they're gonna like market it and stuff like that. Japanese stats give Saturn the edge, of course, because at that time Saturn was doing gangbusters in Japan. You had like a Daytona USA look. Lots of little articles about Daytona USA as they were nearing it, and then Panzer Dragoon. And of course, like these, if you go on our website and you're looking at these slideshows, they're kind of low res, but you can always download the PDF, like the full res PDF. You guys can enjoy and look through this stuff. It's a lot of fun. PlayStation dominates European show. There's the toilet seat Jaguar.
Flush it right down the toilet.
What you got? Oh, nice. You got it bagged and boarded. Cool. Yeah, that's the thing. I have all my magazines bagged and boarded.
Right there.
Nice. Yes, I remember that.
And then you pull it out, and keep hitting this. Pull it out. It's like this, and you pull it out more, and it's like you can see behind it. If I can, oh my gosh, you can stand by. All right, there we go. Right there. Got the Did it vanish on me?
Yeah, where is it?
Popped right here.
Oh, okay.
Right there.
Okay.
Disappear and act. Right
that's
there,
the registration card? Oh, no, that's the demo disc. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, the demo disc behind it. It was behind it, but I guess But the only issue I have with it is that it's kind of wavy in the back. Mm-hmm. Like, I don't know if you can see, it's kind of wavy. I don't know if that's like humidity stuff or not, but that's my only issue with it.
Yeah, Shadowmass says, highly recommend using Comic Book Reader for this. You can. I did upload a CBZ file, which is the uncompressed images, uncompressed scans, but I also uploaded like a 500 megabyte PDF, which is like half the resolution, but still very readable. So if you prefer PDF, that works too. I do really recommend that if you guys enjoy what you read here, that you check out the full magazine, which you can get on archive.org or whatever, because I'll tell you what, that's awesome.
Yeah, I like this page with the gear, and it has like the zip drive for the Dreamcast too.
Yeah, and I hope folks aren't disappointed that I didn't include like the full issues here, because again, you're going to read some of this stuff and you're going to be like, oh, I want to read about Jaguar. Well, you can go read about Jaguar. Just go to the Internet Archive and you can find these issues uploaded from somebody else.
Or better yet, if you want to read about Jaguar, go somewhere else because Jaguar is garbage.
But seriously, like, that's the thing I liked about Next Generation is they, each issue was like graphics to die for. They were just talking about like graphics that would push the generation. Can 3DO keep up? Sega Saturn, you've watched the TV commercials, now get the facts. PlayStation's driving force, Madden. They talk about Madden getting back in 3D.
Hey, Dave, I found a picture of you in here. Look at the shirt that said shut up.
Oh, okay. But yeah, what else? Oh yeah, here's the first of they did these every year around Christmas time. They would do these things where it's like, are you having a hard time deciding what console to buy? And then they would like do these like stack ups. Game System Wars has just begun, and they talk about, let's see here, there's the Head for Saturn ads, of course. Which system is best? You've got like breakdowns of all the specs, you know, like Pokemon cards or whatever, you know, like here are the peripherals, here are the specs, you know, here's what it looks like on paper, here's what it looks like in real life, that kind of thing. And they really do, like they give you like an itemized bullet pointed list of all of the hardware, like every CPU, or sorry, every chip on the chipset. And then you got like the 32X, you got information, and of course I didn't include like PlayStation, so if you want to get like the full breakdown, go check out the full magazines. But here you can basically read everything you want to know about Saturn. And then I love this, every time they interviewed Tom Kalinske, you know, he was always really feisty. He would bite back, you know, when there would be criticism towards Sega of America, you know, like he stood his ground for sure and said like,
yeah,
look,
unfortunately he was never mind.
He was never mind. Well, I mean,
he
you know,
he didn't want to stand his ground. Well, he stood his ground pretty well in the Michael Jackson thing, so.
Which we can neither confirm nor deny that actually happened, right?
Yeah, it'll
NDA,
always remain a mystery.
Oh, there's a Knights issue, which was fun, and it had
Knights
like
and two
opened
Knights.
up. Yeah, so anyway, go check it out if you guys haven't. It's fun. It's fun to take a look back at this stuff, and I definitely think that it's even more fun in hindsight, just because now you kind of have that big picture, and you can say, "Oh wow," you know, like when they're talking about Black Belt or when they're talking about Lockheed or 3D Labs
You gotta
or
have
whatever.
missile technology in your Dreamcast, guys, but you're playing.